Namaste. Namaste, my Phoenicians. Welcome or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your message or massages. Please excuse my scratchy voice. I don't know why I've lost my voice, but I'm still here. The planetary energies as we kick our way into this glorious day provided to us by the Most High, Father God, Mother Isis. The moon, the skullduggerous moon, enters Aquarius no less, the 11th house. The 11th house of friends, groups, stepchildren. Did you know that? Yes, stepchildren, as well as your technologies, darling dears. Your routines, how you do you, boo. Today set some intentions for your wider communities and collectives around you. You may feel more at peace surrounding yourself by others today. As we call in the energies of wisdom, guidance and protection from Father God, Mother Isis, ancestors, angels, way showers and spiritual guides, from Keitha to Malkuth. Namaste. Energies, up, big cat, I insist. We're going to kick off a runestone. Wow, we haven't had a duo for a while. Let's see if I can bring up the comments. Just give me a moment, please. Yes. Good morning, Kelly Palisano, Big Cat Wave, Donnie Renee, Lerper, Angelic Alchemist Mother. I see you, darling dears. Come in, big cats. I have the intel. Your first rune, and when you cast runes, you read them from right to left. The first one we have is Pertho. This is represented by the High Priest in Tarot, represented by the letter P, as well as the numbers 8, 9, 10, and 11. Certain mysteries, hidden things are about to be revealed to you today, darling dears, possibly with the companies that you keep, or how you're going to be sitting down certain people. It also represents the female genitalia, as some of you need to go and get it checked out, darling dear. Don't leave everything to chance. The High Priestess is represented by water. Moon energy, it's about the mystic in you, darling dear. Understanding the most trusted confidant you will ever have is yourself when you go within, darling dears. Within. Hold on. Is it buffering? Because I see it's still, the circle's still going around on my laptop. No, I can see me. I'll carry on, darling dears. This also speaks about what? Moving away from those that are not logical thinking, darling dear. Using your intuition to guide you. This is a time for you to be what? More reflective on whomsoever is in your collective and the circles you are moving in. Some of you are moving in circles so small, you're practically hopping around on one foot. CB, Wagwan, glad you could pop in. Oh, we also have Gebo, darling dears. What did I say about the circumstances and situations? Gebo is represented by the lovers, Gemini energy. This is about what? Making right partnerships, using your intuition as well as your discernment to guide you through the melee of the falsehood, true, as well as those that are truly supporting your cause, whatever cause that is. This is a time where you'll be using your intuition to recognize who is for you and who is against you. The Gemini energy of it all, darling dears. This speaks about what? Making true choices that are going to allow you to what? Reconnect with your inner passions. This again is speaking about what? A true confidant, darling dear. How many of us have them? Many friendships you will be finding as the days go by. As you sit them down, certain things about your life will be divulged to those that have no business knowing your innermost thoughts, feelings, and actions. This is why I tasked you with my darling dear big cat. Guard your words, because they will come back to haunt you, especially when they are being bought by a merchant of slander. This is the time when you use your intuition to make the right connections in your life. Connections that will what? Be on the same vibration as you remember that only the healed can attract the healed. And if you're still attracting what skullduggerous, that have shady, bucket-like behavior, darling dear, there's something from within that you must address. This is why this reading is going to what? Circle around you, darling dear, and only you, because it's the you show, my dear big cat, my Phoenician. Let's get in your ancestral message before we press on. We're going to lead with the True Love's Oracle. Wow, the elastic band just flew off. Somebody's leaving a circle which they thought was tight, darling dear. It was only tight as long as they had you as the butt of all everything. Base of the deck. Inner peace can't be bought or bartered. This is a time for you to what? Be journaling, darling dears. Finding out what you truly want on this Malkuth. And the best confidence you will ever have is yourself, darling dear. If you've been keeping a journal for a while, I tasked you with going back, what, 11 months. Why? Because the moon is in Aquarius. See where your mind was at 11 months ago. This will give you the springboard to make something more complete and more peaceful in your hemisphere. Did I tell you? No, I didn't. Gaba is represented by the letter G, as well as the numbers 24, 25, 26, and 27. Your personal relationships are very, very much under the microscope, darling dear. Not everyone is meant to go with you. No matter how much it may break your heart, you have to understand. You have to leave people to live in whatever paradigm they've created for themselves. Sometimes people just want you as the listening ear. Why? Because you've got those mystic ways about you, darling dear. Your presence alone is calming. But it's what also draining your energies, taking away the good that you must be pouring back into yourself. I told you, this is going to be life-changing, darling dear. Certain information is about to what? Change your mind about a number of things. This is about you understanding when you get said information, you use that to what? Light it up, darling dears. Light up your world. Use your inner Geiger counter to take you to the best possible solution to any issue that may arise in your hemisphere. Notice she's holding a lotus. A lotus will blossom in the most dirtiest of waters. Don't allow past situations or what those they, them, and are saying about your past issues or situations to be what? The knife in your back, darling dears. Understand, as a big cat, you are constantly evolving and changing, but you have to realize as you change, certain people and ideas have to be removed. Understanding what you're truly committed to and whom is truly committed to you. This is why you have to test people, darling dears. Moon energy. Again, it speaks about your discernment as well as your intuition as well as emotions. Those are going to be bubbling to the surface. Make sure that you are enlightened to whom you are drawing into your circle and whom you are going to give yourself to, mind, body, and soul. Remember, when you give too much of yourself, you get depleted. It's like when God brought us all to this Malkuth, we was a full cup. And certain paradigms with dysfunctional relationships depleted you somewhat. And if you continue to pour from a half-filled cup, you will be depleted. This is about understanding what you are committed to, realizing that it must also be committed to you in the same strength. I'm not talking about someone or someone's putting their life on hold to go along with whatever you've got going on, darling dear. But you have to understand there is solidarity in true friendship. There is solidarity in true family. And not everyone's birth family is meant to come with them. Just like every friend is not meant to be there for air. Some people are just for a time. Remember I told you that? Be enlightened to that fact, my darling dear big cat. As we dive in, base of the deck, because you are the gardener of your life, and the seeds you sow will be the life you grow. Oh, I'm a poet and didn't know it. Fist bump. Can you hear me clearly? I know my voice is a little bit scratchy. Audra Dye, Carol Mystique, glad you could pop in, darling dear. Big cat wave. The meaning, I see you. I see you all, darling dears. My dear Phoenicians. We're going to be doing a chakra read today. What is it that the big cat needs to cultivate in their life at this moment in time? At the root chakra, what do you need to cultivate? Your root chakra is your foundation, darling dear. This is where you'll find your fight, flight, or freeze mode. We have what? Scorpio energy. Transformation, darling dear. Whatever you've been doing up to this point, it's time for you to what? Take off that suit because it no longer fits. This is about moving forward from death to rebirth. Remember I told you that. Some of you are going to be what? Reinventing yourself, darling dear. Law number 25 of the 48 laws of power. Recreating yourself from the inside out, and you will be reborn. The Scorpio energy of it all brings that fire, and it also brings the intensity of how you've been feeling. It also speaks about the rebel within you, darling dear. It's time for you to ignite this rebel. Some of you are realizing now that this is the time for what? Those life-changing events. You have to be the perpetrator of such event. And again, it speaks about the reproductive organs. Some of our female cats need to go and get it checked out, darling dear. You don't know what's going on underlying, darling dears, because stress affects you in many ways. Please go and check it out. A new beginning for you, darling dear. This is also about taking a status, some of you. Because I told you, we are now in the age of Aquarius, as you already know, right? We've left the age of Pisces. Can you see the Pope in this picture wearing the fish hat where he was relying on religion not alone? There's nothing wrong with religion, darling dear, but spirituality is the ocean. Religion is a fishbowl, which keeps you stuck in a paradigm. And it also allows you to point fingers at other people as they go about their own religious practices. This is a change, darling dear. The rebirth of you. We'll be clarifying in a moment. What kind of guilt and shame needs to be released at the sacral chakra? The sacral chakra is about your relationships, your self-worth. The sacral chakra sits on top of your manifestation, darling dear. We have the Four of Pentacles, realizing that you control your paradigm, darling dear. Whatever guilt or shame of the past, darling dear, this is about you packing it in and putting a lid on it, understanding whatever happened in the past. Maybe you wasn't able to what? Control the situation, but you have to control now. And if you don't release it, it's going to affect your money as well as your what? Mental health, which is the only wealth you need on this Malkuth, darling dear. Because it also represents time. You will also find that there are many trying to control the narrative of this change in you. They're not liking it. They better learn to love it, darling dear. What's at your solar plexus? How can you feel more confident? The solar plexus is your self-esteem. By letting go of feelings, situations that keep you mentally stuck. You have to understand pain from the past, darling dear. Unless you address it, It will keep you stuck. You'll constantly be on there with ruminating thoughts. Some of you are getting over a situation where you had to leave everything behind and build again. This goes to Nine of Pentacles, darling dears, in the upright. This speaks about you recovering from a situation that was drama filled. And again, it speaks about your mental health. Once you let go of certain commitments to communities, ideas that no longer serve you, this is going to stand you in stead in going forward and building a new foundation for yourself. How can the big cat practice more self-care and compassion for the self? This is at the heart chakra. By realizing fate, destiny and luck is on the tableau, darling dears. This is not the time to sit on your laurels and wonder about what executing certain ideas that will benefit you going forward. Who's that? Kung Fu Panda? Hiya! I've always got a chop for you, darling dear. Realizing that fate, destiny and good luck is on your side, darling dears. Understanding that you are being guided to make this change. And when you see the Wheel of Fortune, the change starts today. You don't wait till tomorrow. Today is the day for you to what? Step into the new you, the one that you've been formulating as you made new rituals, new ways of doing things, your routines. The 11th house is about your routines, looking at the groups that you're allowed to what? Permeate your cranium, darling dear. Because you remember law number 5. Hang with what? 5 bottom feeders. Guess who's number 6? Well, guess what? This is a time for you to let that shiznai go. Release those energies in your heart and allow what? Destiny to take over. What needs to be said? What's at the throat chakra? The throat also speaks about your listening skills as well as your speaking skills. What needs to be said? Thank you. Hey! Speak your truth, darling dear. Your intuition and your discernment is going to be bringing up certain things. And you're going to have to speak it up, darling dear. This is not a time for you to keep secrets. Speak your truth and, tell the truth and shame the devil. I don't care who's going to be offended by what you have to say, darling dear. It's coming from a truthful place. Why? Because of the self-introspection you've done up to this point. It wasn't easy. Realizing that many of the paradigms you found yourself in was because you was afraid to make this true change. Major arcana, darling dears. Speak your truth in every situation. Let's go to your third eye. Wanting to know how you can connect to your inner wisdom. By realizing that once you connect to your inner wisdom, this is about gifts and opportunities being granted unto you, darling dear. Everything is an inside job. In order to find God, you have to go within, darling dears. The High Priestess tells us this. And doorways will be open for you, doors that you felt that would never be kicked down in your presence. The Ace of Pentacles also speaks about the growth that you will receive once you realize that these doors, these avenues will be open to you, but you have to be open to them in the first place. This is how you connect with your inner wisdom, realizing that there is abundance in the universe, darling dear, and it will be granted unto you, but you have to be in the space to receive it and know that you truly deserve it. A message from the universe at your crown chakra. The gateway to other dimensions. The God source from within. What is the message from the universe? Yes, you've been through many wounding experiences, but those experiences was taking you from what? A page to be the queen. Whether you are king or queen, you know gender is fluid. This is about understanding your truth, owning your truth, realizing every situation that you went through was to make you stronger, give you the intellect and the intelligence to know that you can free yourself from any paradigm once you choose you. Know that you are royal, from royal lineage, darling dears. Queen of Swords, in the upright. It's about you being organized within your thoughts. And when you make a decision, you stick to that decision because you are being divinely guided. Now that's out of the way. Let's get into the nitty-gritty. Let's get another deck and see what really are going. Base of the deck. Nothing but progress, darling dear. If you're enjoying the read, darling dears, please hit the thumbs up button. Some more intel on this death card. Wow, this one fell on the floor. Yeah. There's a lot of in and out energy around you, darling dear. There's also a lot of gossip about the change that you are creating in your life as you are in what? Tip-top manifestation mode. What about the in and out energy? Don't focus on whom's supposed to be out of your life, darling, and don't focus on what they say. It's not what you're called, it's what you answer to, knowing that you are spiritually protected. This is balance, and it's also about what? Moderation in your life. If you're taking too much of the alcohol, the Bob Marley, cigarettes, whatever it is, your ancestral team wants you to moderate your intake, monitor it, as well as what? Don't waste your time and your energies on what anyone says or does. And anyone from the past, they're in the past for a reason. Understand this. Major Arcana. What did I say? Your block game must be for the gods, darling dears. Remember, you stand in good stead. There will be many that come up against you because they don't like how you've changed. They still want you to be the same farmer of old. The Seven of Wands again speaks about you speaking your truth, standing your ground, Scotty. No, even if your voice shakes, you have to stand in your truth because your manifestations will be blocked. At your self-worth. Some of you are putting down any form of sexual contact in order to gain more control over your self-worth. You're moving away from people that are not leaning to their spiritual side because you realize those are situations that are set to control you on your path. And this is not the season to allow anyone's ideas to control how you think or feel about yourself or what you can co-create on this Malkuth. Remember, I told you that. No longer passionate about situations that once had you enthralled. Ace of the deck. What did I say? This is about you getting what? Spiritual downloads, and divine wants you to act on them immediately. Letting go of the temporary toxic situations that kept you stuck. If you have to question someone in your life about their behavior or how they feel or whether they support, then there's an issue, darling dears. There's no time to wait and there's no time to hitch because none of us know the day, the hour, the minute. This goes to Three of Wands, darling dears. Focus on your long-term goals. My Venusian, you must always have a plan. And that plan must have a plan. Because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. They're going to feel left out of your situation. They feel that you're luck. People just want to put it down to luck, not understanding you're destined to be great, darling dears, in whatever field you choose. But you have to be the Queen of Swords in every situation. Realize what is not for you, what is holding you back. Use your high intelligence, darling dear. Go within. Whenever I'm at a quandary in my life, I call my ancestors and I ask for clear signs. I thank God for giving me another day, that I'm awake so I can bend the matrix. This is not the time for you to be confused about people in the past. Your mental health is your wealth, darling dears. Somebody or someone's is not going to like the fact that you are now exerting your will. This is about having the energies to push forward, darling dears. The Wheel of Fortune. What did I say? Destiny has a hand in your life. I don't care how mad they are. I don't care how sorry they are. Because you have to remember, when they did what they did it with a sound mind. They chose to treat you the way they treated you. So you must choose to turn your shapely back. Law 16. This is not the time to be giving people second and third chances. You get one chance only. You got the Wheel of Fortune twice. There's 78 cards in a deck to get it twice in a read. Next to each other. Ha ha! Know that divine has a hand in your life. And for those in the past, you are that agent of karma. This life-changing thing for you will be a season of resolution. A painful ending for some when they realize that they've lost the control over you. This is when you lead on the truth, darling dear, because there is no higher court than the truth. Yes. You will remember what they did, darling dear. But remember, I always tell you, it's reference material. It's not a place where you must stay. Why? The DNS is there. Dark night of the soul. Had to look over my shoulder. I told you, I'm the red light, green light champion. Don't stay stuck on what they did. And this is what I tell you all of the times, my dear Venusian. We focus on the solution, not the issue. The issue is pain, depression, lack. Whatever you lost, it was meant to be lost, darling dear. It's not meant to be picked back up at a later stage of the game. Because then, if you take those situations back, you're blocking your own blessings. The Libra energy, darling dear, speaks about the karma that's on the table. The resolution you get from these situations is understanding that you have created a great freedom for yourself. It also represents the Egyptian goddess Maat, the goddess of truth. Some of you have been feeling the pain in your lower back. This is where we store our stress, right next to our sacral chakra. Major Arcana. Yeah. They're not going to like it. The gossip is hot out there. Why? They're not understanding how you still have it in you to continue to bend the matrix. They're not understanding where you're getting these badass alchemist ways. And this also speaks about people that are going to be coming through just to what? On intel, darling dear. They're doing recon on you. Keep your mouth shut, big cat. Not everybody's grateful for the fact that you managed to stand back up. And they want to know how they did it, how you did it, so they can take you down again. The same ones that breadcrumbed you with the energy, wasted your time. This could be male or female because you know gender is fluid. The queen usually rules over a kingdom, darling dear. So this is a community of people that have to be removed from your life. And there's no going back. Remember, karma is on the table. And divine has gifted you with being in the position of your willpower and your drive. You are in the position to change your paradigm. You have the Wheel of Fortune twice. Change your life, darling dear, by changing your mind and putting yourself first. What I always say, love God, Father God, Mother Isis, then yourself, your progeny if you have them, and after that is the body in the bag. A steady body is a steady mind. Why the bag? Because it gives you freedom of choice, darling dears. got a lot to say about you. Let me get another. Where's my tiny cards? Some have seen you as highly intelligent, darling dear. This is what I'm saying. When you are in the wrong situations, you have to dumb down your intelligence in order to what? Be amongst the group, the herd. When you was built to be leader of the pack, darling dears. Remember I told you that? What are they saying about you? I'll look. Not you, darling dear. I will look for you. What are they saying? Some are talking about the broken relationships that you've left behind. Some of them are talking about saying that you are the fair weather friend, when indeed you are acting off of their own ways that they showed you, darling dear. You're treating them with the same energy, and they don't like it. They want to reignite the partnerships that kept you less than. Some are saying they're not understanding why they're cut off, why they can't get you on any level. Not on the telephone, not on the astral plane, nowhere. They can't find you. Look at this. You see that you got the Two of Wands, two different decks, darling dears. Some of them are wishing that you go into an even worse situation that you left. The one that nearly killed you, they're wishing bad on you, darling dear. They want you to make the wrong choices. They want you to lose everything. Your mind, your money, everything. Waiting for your downfall. Let's hope they're holding their breath, yeah? Hey! You need to lose everything. King of Wands. Somebody with the unsatisfied eyes. Maybe this is why you're turned off of the SEX. Maybe this is why you are taking that energy back for yourself. Understanding you manifest from your sacral chakra. Remember I told you that. This King of Wands is not understanding why you are no longer focusing on what they've got going on. You're not taking any messages from them. You're not prepared to meet them anywhere. And this is something like somebody throwing their toys out of the pram. Okay, let me ask another question. If you have progeny with this King of Wands, what are they doing? Listen. If you've got progeny, they're cutting off your progeny. There's going to be no progress in the situation because they've lost control of you. Good. It's better to have one good parent than one that's in and out, bending your progeny's emotions, not caring how they feel. And deep down, it comes from a place of heartbreak, darling dear, as they realize what exactly they gambled and lost. When the big cat chose to change their life, when the big cat chose to invite the Most High to be the head of their table. They feel betrayed, darling dear. Death card again, because of the transformation that you are showing. Big cat, guess what? Oi, continue to betray them, yeah? Hey! What's at your heart chakra as fate, destiny, and good luck steps up for you. You're about to experience a sudden change, tower moment. Lean in, big cat. Lean in. This is you. This divine wants you to understand anything that you lost is not a loss. Those situations would have taken you to the point of taking yourself out. Those situations activate traumas within you from your childhood. This is why these people or persons was in your life, for you to heal from the inside out. And you know this. Ending those situations in your heart, darling dear. End those situations. Anything that comes up and still cause you emotional pain, you haven't healed. But I'm not telling you to run away from that pain. You have to sit down in that pain and think about it in the third person. Thinking about what that pain caused you to lose, how much time you wasted. Time is your best commodity. Time. Clarify the Tower moment in the heart chakra. This sudden change, releasing that inner pain. Situations that brought you a lot of emotional turmoil. Divine wants you to put it down, but you have to face the pain first. Face that pain, big cat. And in that pain, you're going to feel things like what? The heart chakra is about you practicing your self-care. It may bring up a lot of shame, but don't be ashamed of not knowing how to work bend the matrix back then. But you have all of the gifts and the tools. Many of your high priests, tarot readers, whatever, darling dear, you already know this. You have to, if it causes any, you have to feel emotive, angry, depressed, sad, crying. Good God, if you're crying, I told you what to do. You're going to the mirror and slapping the shiznai out of yourself. Then you're washing your face like David and coming back. Please excuse me. Until you face those emotional turmoils, those traumas, darling dears, you're not going to be able to release them, and they will linger, and they will affect, and they will also, you will also keep you on the frequency that invites more of the same back into your life. Clarify the High Priestess at the throat chakra. Secrets being revealed. Speaking your truth. Yeah. Look at this, major arcana trumping major arcana. Divine wants you to continue to what? Make the right choices. This is knowing when to speak and when to keep certain information to yourself. Why? Because knowledge is power. And power is power. Certain things are going to be coming up to you, coming up for you intuitively, darling dears. But not every situation, Queen of Swords, must you speak on. Sometimes the knowledge is for you to know how to operate around these people, how to move around these people. Base of the deck. This is not the time for you to what? Be bringing up certain things in the face of people that you know are gossips that love to fight. Divine wants you to be meek as a lamb, but what? Strong as an ox. Teflon, mate. Use that knowledge, darling dears. Let's go to my tiny cards. Use that knowledge to release yourself from certain situations to bring about what? The breaking of generational curses, the healing of your inner child wounds. And it's also your ancestral team highlighting the happiness that is going to come into your life once you face all of these situations. But also with the Hermit, not every part of your knowledge needs to be disclosed. At your third eye, Divine is about to gift you some new opportunities. What opportunities are about to be gifted to the big cat? Thank you. Spiritual strength. Also what? Spiritual wisdom. Base of the deck. What did I say? You have to know when to hold them and when to fold them. Just because you've what? Decided to what? Wash your face like David, you don't have to tell them that. It'll be how you move. Certain people can't come to you with certain lines of conversation. You won't have to say a thing, darling dear. Your whole being will admit that you ain't one to be played with, and you're not up for what? Common gossip. You've already been through that shiznai before. Vigilance, darling dears. Because when you what? Anytime you sit down and you play into what's being brought to you, darling dears, you have to remember there's a price to pay, and karma is not discriminatory. Always fighting, but all of this fighting is going on behind your back. Some are extremely jealous of the peace that you've created in your life, and they want that energy. They want to know exactly how you was able to free yourself from those paradigms, those situations that did not serve you, but was only there to highlight the trauma that was within you, that you had to heal, must heal, to break those generational curses. The Queen of Swords, your divine message. Oh gosh, look at this, she's naive. People are worried about the level of consciousness you've reached, darling dears. Stressed, pressed, pumped and perturbed, darling dear. Ten of Swords. Again, it's releasing that stress that's been put on you. Releasing the idea that you have to figure everything out. You don't. Everything has already been answered. Everything has already been set in stone. This is about understanding that not every battle must you attend, and not everyone's situation must have the benefit of your wisdom. You're the Queen of Swords. You know how to solve any issue with the least amount of effort as you continue to focus on what? The solution and not the issue. Because transformation season is here, big cat. Embrace it. Embrace the new. Leave. You have to remember, darling dears, when a mirror breaks and you try to put it back, the cracks will always be there. Rather than try and fix a broken mirror, Divine wants you to make a new one. I can't make it up. Focus on your long-term goals. Focus on your long-term dreams, because you will see your ships come in. Blessings are being afforded to you at this moment in time, my dear big cat. You are the agent of karma for so many people. And they will learn to cry you a river as you continue to keep your shapely back turned, focused on you and where you're going. Final messages for the big cat as they realize that the life-changing things are on the tableau, darling dears. Thank you. Chariot. Keep it pressing, darling dear. Keep it pumping and keep it fresh. You're being divinely guided. Listen to those downloads that you get. That little voice that tells you to go left when you're going right. That little voice that gives you the first impression when you're meeting new people. Listen to your high mind, darling dears, and progress will always be on your card. This is trying to open up the 6th house. The 6th house is represented by Virgo, darling dears, and again, it's the Hermit coming through. You have a responsibility to be what? Healthy, darling dear. Look at the groups that you're in, the friendship groups, and it's a time for you to what? Change up your routine. Because sometimes you can get stuck in your life when you continue to do the same thing day in, day out. Change up your routines. 7 and 6. This is not the season to be going backwards. Because whomsoever the tree sloths in your life, darling dear, they're not enjoying the fact that you've tapped into your childlike spirit. They're not enjoying the fact that you are enjoying your life, that you are sitting in the seat of what? Transformation. We've seen the death card 3 times, and you know I love a throuple, especially one that's divinely guided. The new you is not a place or that they want to see you as. They want you to come back and beg them to be in a situation that is Guantanamo Bay. There's fighting, confusion, a new beginning for you. The 5th house, big cat Leo energy, darling dears. A time for you to what? Tap into your creativities. Look for new hobbies, darling dears. And again, it's a reminder to what? Avoid the drama and the dramatic. The 5th house is also the house of children, darling dears. Somebody's having an issue with their child at this moment in time. I've said to you many times, once a progeny is of a certain age, and if they're doing certain things that is making them look like a tree sloth blood, you have to cut them off. If it gets to the situation with you and your progeny, and it's me or you, you have to choose yourself. Once you address those fears that are actually keeping you stuck at this moment in time, it's going to what? Take you out of the fight, flight, or freeze mode. This is the cold case. Leave it as a cold case. Not every cold case needs to be opened, darling dear. You have to remember the spiritual attachments on them and where it kept you and where it will keep you. Looking for answers when you have to what? Drop that case, darling dear. Drop that person, drop that whatever it is in your paradigm, in order for your true life to change and for truly to find peace, happiness, and abundance. Some things have to be a cold case buried, darling dear. As you what? Take the lesson. Take the lesson, my dear big cat. And never you forget, you was built for this shiznai. On that note, I drops me mic. Todd love to my Teesprings, Todd love to my Patreon, or simply come back here. And as I always say, don't get smoked. Don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Big cat wave. Until we meet again on these tarot streets.